Hello everybody, in today's video I'm going to show you how to get the achievement Crush the Dream in Hearts of Iron 4. So let's get into it. So the first thing that we are going to do is we're going to rearrange our army a little bit and have an army of 24 divisions and an army of 12 divisions to just equally divide up our 36 starting divisions. And you're going to want to put these smaller ones in a garrison like this, and then the larger ones in a garrison around, I guess, the more populated states of Canada, because we're going to want to impose martial law and other stuff in Canada much later in the video. And for the first focus, a change in course. And industry, you want to build some factories in London and then build up infrastructure, then civilian factories in the same state, and just repeat this across your high infrastructure states. And for our factories, I did 10 factories on infantry equipment, 3 on towed artillery and support equipment, and then max dockyards on all of the ships. And we're also going to unite the Navy. Then for your next focus, you want to do concessions to the trade unions. And then you're going to want to do some focuses to get some political power. And in my case, I decided to do limited rearmament first, just to get those extra factories, and then I'm going to focus on getting extra political power. But you want that political power to do the concessions to the trade unions, so that you can change your ideology. And also you want to start training 21 divisions of the basic infantry template that you get at the beginning of the game. Then after limited rearmament, I started the process of decolonization. However, I never necessarily finished it because we still need the Dominion of Canada to do this achievement in a really fast way. And also, after you've done enough concessions to the trade unions, it will only cost 10 political power to actually get new factories from the trade unions. So that's something to keep in mind, just so you can get an extra boost in your economy. And then eventually you'll be able to do a referendum and change your government. And then the first focus that you want to do after changing your ideology is move to secure the dominions. And I would recommend spending some political power on getting new factories from the trade unions, but you first want to justify a war goal on the US. And then for your next focus, you are going to want to do both eliminate the upper class and the fate of the royal family, so that you can then go down to Crush the Dream as quick as possible. And after doing move to secure the dominions, you will need to have your troops garrisoned in certain states at certain troop amounts so that you can impose martial law, do a propaganda campaign in Canada, and then after they have enough support your ideology, you can finally coup Canada, and then that makes sure that they will stay loyal to you even when the other dominions leave. Also, you want to train up 48 colonial garrison divisions after you're done training the 21 normal infantry divisions. And now that we have changed the government of Canada, we don't have to worry about them becoming free, and we don't have to do any sort of naval invasion of the US. You can just invade through land. And I would recommend having your first 3 armies that you already have trained on the eastern border with the bulk of the US victory points. And then with the 48 divisions, you want to split them up into 2 armies, assign them to a field marshal, and then have them be assigned to a front line, the state of Washington, so that you can quickly go across the West Coast, as well as the East Coast, allowing you to wrap up the overwhelming majority of their victory points. And then, of course, draw some offensive lines. And you can probably switch over to war economy at this point. Now that our war goal is finally done, I'm going to declare war, and then call in Canada into the war, and we should be pretty much guaranteed to win just by the fact that we have so many more divisions than the AI does. Also, after you do For the Good of the Revolution, you have to do Follow Moscow in order to actually start getting ready to do the Focus Crush the Dream, which you need to actually get the achievement. You can't just simply puppet the US without doing the Focus. Then you'll want to do Tackle Capitalism instead of Tackle Fascism. The war with the US should be very, very easy. You shouldn't really need to do a whole lot of micromanaging. However, you do want to stop the offensive a little bit before you're about to fully take out the US, just because they need to be independent and everything for you to actually do the Focus Crush the Dream. And so, in my case, I decided to stop the offensive after I'd taken most of the East Coast victory points, at least the major ones like New York and Boston. And now you should be able to do Crush the Dream as your next focus. And something that might happen is Czechoslovakia might join a faction with the US, and this may or may not have France join, but if France joins, they shouldn't be too hard to deal with, since they'll also be at war with Germany. And now, with some micromanagement, I was able to capitulate the US without, I think, even taking the city of Washington, D.C. So, all you have to do in the peace deal is puppet the US, then confirm and exit, and after you have puppeted the US, you should get the achievement, Crush the Dream. So, if you like this video, like it helped you get the achievement and everything, leave a like, maybe leave a comment, and subscribe. I'll see you all later. Bye.